Chapter 7. Patience. Monday morning, your first order of business is an important meeting with Natalia. I still can't believe Levy's former sub is my boss. We stop in her office. You find her waiting with a steaming cup of coffee in her hand. Good morning, Ella. Coffee? Consider it a peace offering? Sure, whatever. I can't turn down coffee, I'm sorry. You accept the cup and take a sip, letting her know that you're willing to hear her out. I think I owe you an apology. Go on. The truth is, I thought you knew about me and Levy when you came into the interview. You had no reason to hide it. Then why'd you act like you didn't know him at lunch on my first day? Well, when I realized he hadn't told you about us, I was worried I'd be betraying his trust by telling you. I'm sorry, and I hope we can put this mess behind us. You hesitate, considering. On one hand, she sounds sincere. On the other, she never once mentioned Levy before this. My whole future at Nerve depends on how well we can move past this. It's none of your business. Oh no! Like, she once slept with your boyfriend. It's long over. He's into you now. Oh no! Levy's the one who should have told me. Honestly, a boss really shouldn't have to tell her new hire about her past relationships. Anyway, we've spent enough time talking about Levy. Let's just move on. She sits back in her seat, a look of impressed surprise on her face. I've got to say, Ella, this isn't how I expected you to react. To business, then. She pulls a manila folder from her bag. It's full of financial documents, though most of the lines are blacked out. I've been working on a deep dive investigative piece for a while now, but I can't seem to crack it. I need a fresh set of eyes and a new perspective. If it works out, I'd split the byline with you. Okay, so what's the story? These documents are 90% redacted. You recognize any of the names? A few. Alderman, the city clerk, lieutenant governor. The story is local politicians misusing the campaign funds, private jets, designer suits, that sort of thing. But as you can see, all I found is some wonky accounting in their donor records, nothing definitive. You're right, this could be huge if you find a way to prove it. No one else on staff has worked on the campaign. Your insight on this could be invaluable. Natalia, you can count on me. I'll let you know when I turn up. You slip the folder into your bag, get to your feet. I'm glad we had this little chat, Ella. You continue to surprise me. Good. As soon as you start working on the research, you lose track of everything else on your to-do list. These people are all major players. If they're abusing campaign funds, it could mean ending careers, and launching one for myself. As you dive into the research, nothing seems to ruin your concentration until you get a text from Levy. 200 West 36th Street. Click to open Go Maps. Meet me at this address at 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. sharp. Yes, sir. How can I resist? Wear something nice. After the last week, it was only a matter of time before Levy decided to reassert his status as your dumb. He's gonna make me pay for my part in that fight. He hates that I was right. Your thoughts are interrupted by a light knock on your office door. Come in. Ella, this is some office. I had to show my credentials at 2 different desks to get up here. Anderson. 1 ID check makes you big time. 2 makes you huge. As he slips inside your office, you notice a lavish box in his hands that could only come from one person. Is it Batman? I hope that's for me. Anderson hands you the box with a wink. He sent this as a suggestion for tonight. You gasp as you pull a sleek dress from the box and run your hand along its luxurious fabric. Holy crap, this looks like it walked right off a runway. 7 o'clock sharp, but don't forget, or we'll both be in trouble. You barely register his departure from your office, leaving you alone to try on Levy's gift. Passionate in pink, you look flawless in this flowy gown. Looks pretty. Levy knows exactly how to dress my body, and how to make me beg for more. You arrive at your mystery designation right on time. No sooner do you step out of the car than that man rushes forward to hold open the door for you and escort you inside. Miss Sullivan, you're expected. You know who I am? Dressed like that, you couldn't be anyone else. You flush with pleasure as his compliment before he directs you inside. If you'll step right this way. An elevator takes you all the way up to a rooftop bar. It doesn't take you long before you spot Levy seated at the far end. You didn't keep me waiting, good girl. His mouth drops to your ear, his breath a light whisper over the exposed skin of your throat. And you wore the dress, meaning I get the pleasure of ripping it off of you later. There's always an ulterior motive, isn't there? When it comes to you, yes. Despite the cool breeze, you grow hot all over. This place is amazing. I can see the whole city from up here. Feel free to enjoy the sights. I know I am. What can I get you two? 2 martinis, extra dry, please. Smoked salmon to start. The lady will be having linguine for dinner. And for you? His eyes never leave yours. I'll be having the lamb, of course. Shortly after, the waitress slides your martinis across the bar. It's strong, dry, just the way you like it. I got my first work assignment. It's a big expose on campaign financial abuse. Natalia even offered to split the byline. Sounds like a great opportunity. And a lot of close work with Natalia. Yeah. I can't wait to sink my teeth into the story. Corruption, intrigue, back alley political wheeling and dealing. It's exciting. Scandal can certainly be sexy. A waitress comes by with your food. You have to admit, the linguine Levy ordered for you smells fantastic. This looks delicious, thank you. Agreed. The lamb is soft and tender, just the way I like it. As you bite into the pasta, the waitress places a drink on the table, elegantly garnished with blackberries. On the house. Ornate cocktail looks decadent. What is it? Something new our bartender's working on. You're clearly a taste maker. Based on the dress, I thought you might be daring enough to try it. From the way she eyes you both, she's obviously intrigued, and Levy is relishing her interest. You thought right. My companion always enjoys trying new things. You take a sip, letting yourself savor the complexity of the cocktail. Both Levy and the waitress watch you. Put on a show, really? Alright, let's see. Feigning innocence, you pluck the pick of berries from the cup and raise them to your lips. These look so good, so sweet. You trail the berries along your lips and slowly lick off the juice they leave behind. Put them in your mouth. Yes, sir. Holding his eyes, you take all 3 berries in your mouth at once and slowly pull the pick out clean. Wow, you are adventurous. Oh my god, it's 3 berries, really. You see desire in her eyes and the hint of a question behind it. Levy obviously sees it too. Sorry, but I'm not sharing my present, no matter how nice the gift is wrapped. Maybe next time. The waitress leaves you to your meal. I'm glad you asked me out tonight. This is way better than ordering takeout at my desk. I don't recall asking you anything. You didn't have to. You're always so certain of yourself. You have an answer for every question, a solution to every problem. I didn't always, and believe it or not, I still have the occasional doubt of fear. I wish you'd tell me more about it. I have a hard time imagining you being scared of anything or anyone. Levy's jaw tightens and his gaze fixes on something in the distance. Growing up, my biggest fear was turning out like my dad. With his blood in my veins, his money sending me through boarding school, it felt inevitable. But you're nothing like him. I'm more like him than you know, Ella. You're just too innocent to see it. No, you're not like your dad. We've met your dad. He's a piece of work. This doesn't sound like the Levy you're used to, and you kinda like how soft he's being. I don't care what you say. You'll always be my Levy. His eyes meet yours across the table, and he seems to relax, even offering a smile. And I'll always be yours as long as you'll have me. You aren't sure whether it's the atmosphere or alcohol, but he's more approachable tonight than you've ever seen him. I wish this night could go on forever. I'm in no hurry. And there's a lounge on the other side of the bar. Why don't we order another round? Can't remember the last time Levy was so willing to let me in. Seems like a shame to let the evening go to waste. You twine your fingers with his, pleased when he raises your hand to place a tender kiss across your knuckles. I'm gonna let Levy open up. Now that I've got you where I want you, I'm not letting you go easily. You're adorable when you think you have the upper hand. You can settle this. Levy places an order at the bar and then sits on the plush sofa beside you. I'd like to propose a simple game, one I call tit for tat. For every question I answer, you have to do the same. Fair enough. Levy, what was your first serious relationship? He arches his brow, amusement playing at the corners of his mouth. So this is how we're doing it, huh? You agreed to play. He tilts his head and considers you for a long moment. I dated a woman for about 6 months during college. We even started looking at rings around the semester break. You're surprised to hear that contemplated that kind of commitment. You assume he always played the field and won. So why'd you split? That was also when I started seriously exploring. It wasn't for her, so we ended it. Her loss is my gain. It was best for everyone. She's happily married with 3 kids in a picket fence somewhere in Ohio. Listen, dude, no one is happy in Ohio, okay? I hate to tell you this, no. Now it's my turn. Listen, we strive to get out of here, but Ohio never lets you leave. I'm serious. I'm ready for anything you can have to throw at me. He gives you a wink. I want to know what gets you most excited in the bedroom. Sure, anything but a new one. You keep your gaze locked with Levy, who's refusing to back down. I have plenty we have yet to try out. And I can't wait to try every single one. He leans over and gives you a whisper of a kiss. His teeth raise your bottom lip before he pulls back. Me neither. You can tell the conversation is about to veer into dangerous territory, but there's no stopping it now. What's next, Ella? Don't bother asking my favorite position. We both know it's having you tied up and spread out. I wasn't gonna ask that. What then? My favorite color, crimson. My favorite thing to eat, you. Yeah, no, we knew that. He gasped with a promise in his voice. He's trying to throw you off, but you aren't ready to end the game just yet. I want to know why you chose me. I know that sounds needy, but I'm genuinely curious. He hesitates for a moment, clearly taken aback at the direct line of questioning. The way I remember it, I didn't choose you, you chose me. You could have shut me down, but you didn't. I don't play with innocence often, but you kept playing back. Basically, he's like a cat with a mouse. Is that why you agreed to teach me? Yep. Even when you were terrified of your feelings of giving in, you faced your fear. He shifts forward and there's something new in his posture, something challenging. My turn. His voice is silk as he nudges your knees apart with his own. I want to know what you picture when you... Levy. Late at night, when you're moaning in your pillow, what do you see? Wow. He's trying to throw you off, because here you were supposed to focus on serious questioning. He scoots forward, his knee grazing your inner thigh and sends a shiver through you. Clamp my legs shut. You sit back, crossing your legs so Levy can't sidetrack you with the caress of his thigh. No fair, Levy. I can't answer you honestly if you're distracting me. He laughs and sits back, his arms crossed with a smug satisfaction. You already answered, I could feel how you were. You never know quite how he does it, but Levy's back to being on top and relishing the position. Before I met you, I always pictured someone being forceful with me in bed. He was always powerful, commanding, a god molded of silk and steel. He releases a low growl of approval. He made me want to do things, bad things, and I had no choice but to do them. And what do you see now? I see me turning down the music a little. I see myself... Why not both? Also, why not an indecisive answer? With a whip in my hand, a spike of longing shoots through you as we flip the fantasy on its head. Lately, I haven't been the one lying in bed. I've been the one demanding obedience. You reach for your drink only to find it empty. Levy pushes back in a seat and extends his hand. Time's up. You've had your chance to play with me. Now it's my turn to play with you. Are you ready for your next lesson? You have a lesson for me tonight. And we completely didn't get to ask him the question about him opening up. Congratulations. Yep. We're heading back to my place and learning what it means to be patient. Once inside the apartment, he grabs you roughly around the waist and tosses you onto the couch. Levy. There's one rule for tonight's lesson. You're expressly forbidden from coming until I allow it. Seems easy enough. You're always making me do that anyway. Yes, but it's different when you're doing it as a dom. He climbs onto the couch, grabbing you by the wrists and pinning you in place. You think part of me isn't aching to give us both the release we crave during our sessions. But when you're in charge, you have to purposely delay your own, no matter how bad you want it. Yep. He grazes his lips deliciously over yours, leaving you yearning for more. His words are a whisper felt more than heard. And you didn't want it. Or you want it, don't you? Levy, I'm not falling for that. This part of the lesson isn't about what I want. He smirks his approval, then captures your mouth with his in an unravious kiss. You've always been a quick learner. He braces himself over you and claims your mouth again, ruthlessly this time. No matter how good it feels to take or be taken, the best doms don't succumb to pleasure until their subs do. He pulls back so abruptly that you feel a whoosh of cold air between you. And that, my little lamb, requires patience. Which brings us to the lesson. You squeal as he grabs your hips and drags them to the edge of the couch cushion. He does quick work of removing any barrier between him and you. His deft fingers hook around your panties. Levy! I'm watching you. As much as YouTube's watching all of us. He slides him down, leaving a trail of searing kisses in their wake. No matter what happens, you have to resist. Oh. So pretty much we got to the point where it just kept getting, spicy. And he just... What do you think? Okay? What do you think? Long story short is that we got to the point where it's take him to the dungeon for more or give up and give in. Literally, the dungeon is just going to be censored because it's YouTube. I do apologize about this. Again, I don't like bringing half-ass content to you guys, but this is where we're at because of YouTube and the generation and year we live in, so sorry. Levy presses a soft kiss inside your knee before sitting back on his heels with a smirk. Pretty much we gave in, Because you have to work a bit harder on that whole patience thing. I guess you'll have to help me practice. It's hard when you're, got some, mouth skills, The next morning, Levy pulls out all the stops to make you breakfast. I thought you didn't know how to cook. He peeks at you over his shoulder, a boyish grin on his face. You're not the only one who likes developing new skills. I figured it's time I learned the basics. Raising your coffee to your lips to take a sip when a sudden pounding comes at the door. Are you expecting company this morning? Probably Reese. She's not big on calling ahead. I bet you it's Natalia. Levy answers the door, the spatula still in his hand as he pulls it open. The spatula falls heavily on to his side. What the hell are you doing here? Oh no, it's even worse. Is that any way to talk to your old man? I've come to visit my son, of course. Oh no. And now everything's gone downhill. He who has not been named or will not be named is at the door. Without further ado, thank you all for watching. Please remember to like and share. Head down to the description of the video. Plenty of cool things there. And make sure to leave a comment. What did you think? So long story short is the parts that he had to edit out. Like I said, mouth skills. Just he's put you to the test. And unless you went and did the diamond choice, continuing to work on your patience and get to the point of, then yeah, it's an illusion of choice, basically. Long story short is, I dig it. It is true, by the way. It is very true. That's all I'll say, because, you're left now with more mystery. How I know these things. Good. Goodbye.